What's up, guys? Here to cover a topic today about a question that I've been getting pretty often over the last couple months. And that question is asking me if I have switched to the conventional deadlift. And if you've been following me for a little while on either YouTube, Instagram, whatever, you'll notice that all the heaviest deadlifts I've ever done have all been sumo. And recently on my Instagram page over the last few months, pretty much the only thing I've really shared that I've done recently is all conventional deadlifts. And that's leading people to ask the question, Kaylor, why did you switch to conventional? Or are you switching to conventional? You're a sumo puller. I see you pull sumo all the time, but yet you're pulling conventional. What is going on? I demand an answer. You get a little sumo blast, I see you pulling conventional. What's happening? You give me an answer. Alright, so I'm going to give you an answer to that question right quick. But instead of just sitting here talking in front of the camera, I'm just going to throw some training footage in the mix so you guys can watch that instead. So on almost every single one of the conventional deadlifts that I post on my Instagram page, a handful of people will ask if I am switching to conventional. And I think it's a good question to ask because that's really what I post. I post a lot of conventional deadlifts. And the thing I really want to stress here is that it has not ever been about switching to conventional. That's never what it is. It's never what it will be. What it is a way for me to get better at the sumo deadlift. And that's one thing that I've noticed for myself particularly that has always helped me get better at pulling sumo. It's just getting stronger at deadlifting conventional. Makes sense, right? Of course. Well, the way I figured this out was that, about 5 years ago, I graduated high school. And at this point, I had never done a conventional deadlift in my life. We were never taught that. It was never something that our coaches showed us. They didn't want us to hurt our backs, yada, yada, whatever the reason be there. It was kind of dumb. But yeah, so I never did a conventional deadlift until after I graduated high school. And then for about 2 years, I did nothing but conventional deadlifts. The first time I even deadlifted 700 pounds was conventional. So at this point, my conventional deadlift was in fact stronger than my sumo. And then I was doing a couple of meets, here on down the road. I started training my sumo a little bit more. So going into this meet, I was pulling conventional. And on my second attempt, I failed 711 pounds. Conventional. And then on my third attempt, I was like, well, I'm obviously not going to do it conventional, so, I might as well try sumo. So I did, and I blew it off the ground, and it was really, pretty easy. So the thing that I took away from that was that, wow, over these years of training conventional deadlifts, my sumo went up without me hardly even having to train it. Just a little bit of technique practice here and there, and a little bit of, assistance work. I mean, I really did nothing for my sumo deadlift other than pull conventional. And I think that's something that's really cool. So that's what I took away from the whole thing. So yeah, and then on top of all that, so going back to right now, I do have some knee issues. I have a little bit of a tear in my left quadricep tendon, and it was making it really hard for me to use that left leg to push off the ground with the sumo deadlift. And what had started happening because of that was that I ended up using my right leg a lot more, and I started developing all sorts of pain in my right leg. And it hurts really bad to walk or something after I did a sumo deadlift really heavy or whatever. And because that right leg was just taking a lot of the brunt of everything because I wasn't using my left leg as much. So now my right knee is hurt along with my left knee. They're both getting better for sure. But in the meantime, I am just going to be pulling conventional. I do actually plan on pulling conventional at my next meet in November. Just so I don't have to worry about, that right knee messing up. I'm just going to save it for the future because, in my mind, for my sumo to get past where it is, I need to drastically increase my conventional deadlift. So right now it is about 843 pounds, my conventional deadlift is. And, I think the better that gets, the better my sumo is going to get by default. I just kind of have to get, the knee feeling pretty good. And so, yeah, that's pretty much my whole reasoning behind all that. So in conclusion, no, it is not a switch per se. It is just a training thing that I do to get better at deadlifting sumo, aka my bread and butter. But now I have two reasons to do it instead of just one, so I'm not just getting better at sumo, but getting my knees a little bit better. And I'm going to do so for a little bit longer this time around as far as my training and whatnot, with hopes that it does the same thing it did the first time I switched back over to sumo from conventional to drastically increase my sumo deadlift. So thanks for watching the video. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. I finally have some new stuff to edit with. I'm trying really hard to learn all that. So yeah, just let me know. Appreciate you guys.